Welcome to Your Cyber Path, the podcast that helps you get your dream cybersecurity job by sharing the secrets of experienced hiring managers and top cybersecurity professionals with you. Now, on to the show.
Again, I had 6 months to go out and do this, or, there's always the hope that they would extend it, but deadlines are always good. Constraints are the creation of creativity, as I say. The more constraints I have personally, I can work with that. But so the same process, I found what I needed to do. There are so many resources out there, from Reddit to Udemy to LinkedIn Learning to, Your Cyber Path, and all these different podcasts and YouTube videos. And it can almost be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And in finding that first leg of the stool, you want to find reputable services or sources, and you don't necessarily need to go out and have a $5,000, $10,000 boot camp unless your company's paying for it. There's so many free or near free or maybe $100, $200 resources that are out there. So I did the same thing in finding all those different resources. I scoured YouTube and LinkedIn Learning and Udemy and landed on kind of the Mike Chappell and the Thor Petersons, and went from there. So
that's fantastic. So I think you said something during show prep where you said, I didn't read a single book. Is that right?
Right. I didn't read a single book cover to cover. I used to be better at reading, and then through my first bachelor's into WGU for my second, I'm terrible at reading. I can read, but it just doesn't catch my attention. And studying for certs, which it should be mentioned that I do have a lot of other certs that have gone up to this, and I've used Jason's material on Udemy. I just found that that's how I absorb information so much better.
That's fantastic.
Listening to video, diagrams, seeing it, and then maybe going out and doing it. It's like I've literally fell asleep a couple of times reading through the books. So there was one, I did use the official study guide, and then destination certification. They just had a book come out, and it had very pretty pictures and colors, and it was very concise. So I did read most of those too, but I've seen guides where you need to read this book cover to cover 4 times before you can even attempt the test, which is one thing I want to dispel throughout this whole talk is you need to take the test when you are ready. And the only person that knows that is maybe a mentor that's helping you, but you. Someone will say, well, you have to study for 18 months. You have to study for 6 months. Other people, you don't need to study at all. Just go in. You've been working for 20 years. And I will say there are people that are been in the RMF or InfoSec community that have been working for 20, 30 years that will fail.
Right.
Because you have your little rut and your little niche that you get into, and you have to find that for yourself.